Jett Cosplay. I sold the other one to get this one. It has our logo on the back. So it's but let me see if I can show you the entire cosplay. See, it has the belt, more stuff. I made her knife. So yeah, it's more complete. And also this week, my light. Sorry, my light's falling off. And this week was made entirely from scratch. You can see on the back. It covers my hair. This stuff I can put and take it off. Uh, it was a lot of work, to be honest, but it was worth it. So today, what we're doing is read your questions that you sent me on Instagram, answer them, and maybe play some games if my bestie is available. If not, I'll just take some time to prepare other content. So, are you ready for the questions? Are you ready? Also, do you like my lenses? They make a little change in my eyes. It's fun, right? So, let me just check. Oh my god, so cute. Hi, Rez. Hello. How are you? So, off to the questions. What's the best place to buy cosplays? Let me just. Boop. I have the list of the questions, and I'm marking them with a little check to know which ones I have done. So there are lots of different places where you can get your cosplays. If you want like the best quality ever, there's shops like Woo Make Costumes. It depends on the costume you want to get. Sometimes Woo has different skins and art versions of cosplay. So if you want that, I would recommend Woo or Make Costumes. If you want to be like they're very good quality, but if you're expecting something more relatable to the character, I would say Doki Doki, the SR version. It's expensive, but it's the best quality. But of course, sometimes AliExpress can also surprise and has a good quality. It depends a lot on what you are looking for. So just search and also have in consideration the money you can get for the cosplay. Or there's another thing you can do. You can also ask cosmaker to make your costume. I've done that recently. I will show you later. With the cosplay, I will take the next collection to Liberani. So that's our first question. Next, how do you approach styling wigs for characters with weird hairstyles? Like this girl, this girl, like this fucking hairstyle. Well, it depends. Again, it depends a lot on the character. Characters that have spikes, I use a teasing brush to give volume to the wig. It looks like a rat nest on the beginning, but then after you brush it and with the spray, you can create like these kind of spikes, anti-gravitational. They can stay like this on the wig, like little horns if you want. Um, Girls with like this hairstyle like Jett. Sometimes I do helmet wigs from stretch. That this was my first part. What I do is this. Like I glue all the way back, like making the shape of my head so I can cover all my hair. So it depends a lot on the character, but I recommend the teasing brush and the crimp to make to give volume. The more volume you give to the hair, the more you can make stuff with it. It's easier to make the shapes you want and stuff. Do you have a favorite wig you've styled? That's a good one. I would say this one is also I like this one, but I would say Farina because it was the first wig I've styled, and it came out just as I imagined. So I said one. I also like to style this one. It didn't just come as I imagined because sometimes I need to adjust it because it was my first time making a helmet wig and it's not easy. But it's not perfect, but I mean, could be worse. And I actually think I did a great job. Is it better to get materials to style wigs on AliExpress or Temu? That's a good question. Um, it depends. Depends. Like I would recommend AliExpress because it's easier to see the reviews, and that's something you have to take in consideration. Always check the reviews to see the quality. If uh, if you're gonna buy some material like glue spray, if it's safe, like kind of stuff. But Temu is like rival of AliExpress, so sometimes it has best prices because they are competing. So if you find a material that on Temu that you see the reviews and it's actually good, you can buy on Temu or AliExpress. It's not really one is not better than the other. It really depends on what you're looking for. But always check the reviews, see the quality, see it's safe, and if those things are okay, you can get them either on Temu or AliExpress. Have you ever had issues with eye dryness from contact lenses and how do you deal with it? Sometimes it happens. Sometimes eyes can get dry, but it's very easy to solve. So the same, I just get some eye drops, like the same solution I put on the lenses case to disinfect them and stuff. I just put some drops in my eyes and blink and they will get back to normal. So the redness will disappear and my eyes will feel hydrated again. So it usually happens more on the summer because it's hot, so the eyes get dried more easily. So yeah, I just put those drops. Do you use prescription lenses or non-prescription lenses? I don't use prescription cookies. I don't have prescription. I check the doctor. There's nothing wrong in my eyes. I don't have any weird curves, so I can just get my contacts. I was lucky because some people have different shapes on the corner of their eyes, even if they don't need prescription, and therefore they can wear contact lenses. So it's not possible for everyone. So I was lucky. Thank you, God. But yeah, if you have prescription, if you wear glasses and you want to wear contact lenses, check your doctor to see which prescription you will need. Sometimes you need different prescriptions for each eye, and that's something you should check. What are the most fragile wigs for cosplay, whether it's Disney or anime? I don't know what you mean, like fragile wigs. Um, DJ Amster. Oh, sorry, Raz. I just saw that now. The DJ Amster didn't show up. It should have showed up. Sorry. I need to. So I don't think that is working, Pookie. I need to check my channel points because I don't know. It should be working. But they're not working. I will check that in next live. We will have a DJ Amster. It should be working. Let me check on Twitch. Let me go to Twitch. Twitch, open Twitch. Let me just make a pause on the questions just to see if I can have DJ Hamster for Res. Let's see. Oh, my channel. Yeah, the DJ Hamster should be showing up. Alerts. Alert box. Yeah, channel points. Yep, the DJ Hamster is here. Dead Hamster, Hamster Slap, Macarena Hamster, DJ Hamster. Why isn't this showing up? Let me just copy and let me check if it's this problem. Let me name it channel points. Ah, see, now you can see this weird off screen. Yeah, and it's make it smaller. Yeah, so I just added the channel points. See if it's working now. I think it was that problem. Anyway, it's okay. See if it's working now. I just added a link to the no channel configurations to the stream on OBS. Maybe it was that. If it keeps not working, still not working, then I don't know. But try it again, to see if it will show up a weird hamster dancing. Ah, see, mustache on. Ah, Pookie, that only works with my VTuber. But good news, the channel points are working. So if you tried anything with the hamsters, it will show up. So it was that problem. Okay, it's solved. The mustache on only works with my VTuber, but I can have a mustache. Wait. It's my mustache. It's white. Jett with a mustache. Hmm. So you get your mustache. Back to the questions. What's the most fragile mix for cosplaying, whether it's Disney or anime? I don't know what you really mean by fragile, but like most fragile wigs, it's like they're not from a shop or from another. Usually on AliExpress, well, whenever you get them, they can be fragile. So you should always check the reviews to see if it has enough hair, if it doesn't show the hairnet beneath the hair, if it doesn't lose hair. So if there is reviews saying that it loses hair or that the hairnet is showing, you should not buy it because even if you style it, if you crimp it, it will lose a lot of hair easily. The hairnet will still show beneath. So you should always look for a wig that has good reviews on the hair thickness, if it doesn't show the hairnet, and if it doesn't lose hair. If it has those three things, it's not fragile, it's good. Whether it's Disney or anime, you can buy it. I usually recommend AliExpress. Doki Doki wigs, they're actually a bit thick, but with style, they don't lose hair, so it's good, I think. Even though it shows a bit of the hairnet, if you add volume, it will be okay. So that's basically it. Always check the reviews for that, and it will be okay. I'm drinking my bubble tea. This is basically like iced tea, this bubble tea. It's kind of weird. What's your advice for someone trying to use contacts for the first time? That's a good question because I was super afraid to wear contacts and now I'm wearing them. So, what I did to lose that fear of putting contacts was basically trigger warning, I'm gonna touch my eye, was just opening my eye and like touch my eyeball. And as soon as always wash your hands before that, always wash your hands. My hands are probably washed, okay, so I can do that. But I started losing that fear that it was okay to put something in my eyes. So, and it didn't hurt. So I lost that fear and I put contacts for the first time. My also another advice. This is my advice if you want to lose that fear. Just try. Advice for people that have difficulty putting the contacts. It also happens to me. It's hard to put them on, but what I like to do is put them on my under eyelid and then just put them like straight down and they get into my eye. It can take some times to put them. It's not always you're not always gonna do it the first time. DJ Hamster. You tried again the DJ Hamster? Why isn't it showing up? It should be showing up. Oh my god. Twitch again. I'm sorry, Pookies. I'm answering the questions and just DJ Hamster. The DJ Hamster isn't working. Why? Channel points. Yes, channel points. Channel points. I don't know why. I need to check it out after the stream. Only the ones with no gifts are working. That's weird. After this stream, I will check it. But yeah, always wash your hands and practice. Practice makes better. You need to practice to put your contacts on. I've been doing that for a long time and I still can put it the first time, so don't feel frustrated. Sometimes it takes time. You just gotta keep trying, then we'll get and your eye perfect. What tools do you use for wig styling? Can you tell must-haves for a beginner? I use a teasing brush, a crimper. Somehow you have somehow you have 18 people watching the streams, but I'm the only one watching. 19. Yeah, that's basically because they're not participating on the chat. They're not talking, so you're the only one talking on the chat. They're just watching. So, as I was saying, I use a crimping brush, a crimping brush, a teasing brush, a crimper, steamer, and other brushes just to brush the hair. Basically, a steamer it's a little bit expensive, but it's not totally essential. It's just if you want to straight the wigs and add a bit of volume. But you can do that with a teasing brush. It's really a must-have because you can add volume without the crimper. But the crimper it's easier than the teasing brush because you don't have to mess the hair all around. Even though the teasing brush, it's easier to add spikes. So these are the must-haves: the teasing brush, a crimper, and a steamer. But essentially, the teasing brush is that one that it's cheap and everyone can get, and you can do a lot of things with it. How do you keep a wig looking neat after wearing it all day to a con? That's a good question. Actually, there's a spray called Got2b. Got2b, I think that's the name. It's basically glue for wigs. So you just gotta spray your wig whatever you want. It's gonna be like a helmet, like this, like a rock. So it's not gonna. I didn't spray it around here. That's why it's a little messy. But basically, you spray that, and it's gonna look perfect. All the convention, and it's not gonna look messy. Whatever you do. I'm going to put your streamer on TV. That's great. Thank you. That's really great. Do you have any tips for spiking or adding volume without making it look messy? Like I said, the crimper. The crimper is a little bit more expensive, but unlike the I just got a message. Unlike the crimping, the teasing brush, um, you don't have to mess up the hair, like make it look like a neat nest to make it to add volume. So the crimper, it's the best method. It's also the easiest. What's your best way to trim or cut a wig without ruining it? Well, separate it in sections. You need to separate it in sections so you know, like this part is going to be short and this part is going to be longer. So you don't cut the part you don't want. And then you will use instead of cutting it like this, just trim it, you're gonna do this with your scissors, up and down movement. So it will look like this. It look like it wasn't cut straight. So that's it. That's the easier method you can do to cut your wigs. What's the best way to trim? Oh, oops. I think this question I wrote it again. I repeated it when I put it on my list. How do you secure your wig so it stays in place all day? You wanna see me bald? This. You wear this wig net. If you have longer
I'm
hair,
hungry.
my fox is hungry. I'm sorry. I am sorry, my baby fox. I didn't put the commands to feed her yet. I need to do that. I'm sorry, baby. Shh, wait, what is she? Like, there you go. I'm sorry, Toru. I'll take care of that later. But use this if you have longer hair. You can make braids to secure your hair better. And there's like velvet stripes that you can also put under this stuff, this wig net, so it stays in place all day. Place all day. So that's it. That's how you stay your wig. I just don't recommend the velvet straps because it kind of makes headaches and that kind of stuff. It makes your wig stay in place without moving at all, but it can make headaches, so I don't like to use it. Any tips for someone who's just starting in cosplay? And well, apart from like these tips you can make to improve your cosplays that I've been talking about the wigs, the contacts, and that kind of stuff, the most important thing is to have fun. So if you have fun, you're doing the best thing you can do with cosplay. It's just having fun with your friends. So as long as you're having fun, you're not doing anything wrong. You're doing it perfectly. Have you ever thought about making a Marvel cosplay? Yes, even though Marvel is not my favorite fandom ever. I only like Doctor Strange because my favorite actor, Benedict Cumberbatch, is Doctor Strange. But I've been told to do, that blonde Spider Girl. I've been told to do that. Wonder Woman seems like a good cosplay, but it's like something I'm not really in a rush to do, so I have it on my wish list. Unless someone sponsors it, I'm not going to do it soon because it's not something I really look forward for it. Okay. Tips for starting out in cosplay. Well, see what you can do with your weeks to improve your weeks. Try to wear contacts if you can, if it's possible for you, but always check your doctor first. Those are things you can do to improve your cosplays if you want to make a wow cosplay for the first time. But like I said, having fun is the most important thing. So if you're having fun, then you're doing it all right. What conventions do you usually go? I usually go to conventions in Portugal, which is my country. I would like to go abroad. So like Germany and Spain and France, those conventions seems really cool, like Japan Expo, Dogokomi. But I go to Iberani, which is the biggest convention, Lisbon Games Week, which is a week all about games, and then smaller events like meets and smaller events with artist allies like Aniaki, Darumadon. Those are the conventions that we have here. So that's where I go. I go a lot to these events. Have you ever entered any cosplay competitions? Yes, I have. My first cosplay competition was on Iberani in Porto, on the north of Portugal, and I was Princess Mononoke with a friend. It was my first cosplay competition. It was very fun. I loved making the choreography. I also went to Lisbon Games Week because Lynette from Genshin Impact, and sometimes I participate in cosplay parades. They're not really a competition, but sometimes there's prizes, but they're not like those big ones. So my first big one was as Princess Mononoke. I wanted to go to today's Iberanim, this Iberanim in Santarém, but I wasn't accepted. And I was really mad because it wasn't fair. Honestly, they said the first 16 people would get accepted. As soon as the inscriptions opened, I made my inscription, so I would guarantee my place. But apparently they just chose randomly. Like a friend of mine made the inscription on those last days, and he was accepted, and I, as the first one of the first people, wasn't. So it was not really as it said on the rules that the first 16 people would get accepted. And they just picked up some, which made me a really sad because I like when people follow the rules, and when they don't, I get mad. But there's nothing I could do about it, and I will try it again other time, and I will still have fun at the event. So yeah. How has cosplay impacted your life or friendships? So cosplay helped me through a lot of bad times. When I don't usually speak about much, but I have gone through a depression. And it was cosplay that helped me to raise me up, you know. And it also made me have lots of friends in all the country and also all over the world. I have friends all over the world that are also cosplayers. So cosplay impacted my life to the best. I've made new friends. I've made lots of happy memories. I just the only bad thing is the wallet because you spend money with this. It's a bit of an expensive hobby, but it doesn't have to be. You can make your own cosplays. Of course, you're gonna waste still a little bit of money to make stuff, but if you have if you have track of what you can waste, it's not that expensive. But yeah, it was good. It really impacted my life on a good side. How many questions do we have? Oh, there's still a lot. What's your best con experience you've had? I loved last Lisbon Games Week. So, there was a cosplay I really looked up to, which was Leon Chiro. And he's also a professional wrestler. So he was like for a professional wrestler, I thought he was gonna be like, like strong person and stuff. But he was like the cutest ever, like the sweetest person ever. And he was like to take a photo. He poked my cheeks. You know what's having like a professional wrestler poke your cheeks? That was like super fun. It was really a memory I won't forget. So I think that was one of my best con memories. Yeah, it was definitely that one. Oh, and also I went to Jett to Lisbon Games Week on another day, and I was running to catch up with a friend, and a bunch of kids because Lisbon Games Week also has partnerships with school where kids can go there to experience games and stuff, like usually the science kids. And they were like, "Go, Jack, go!" They were like seeing live action Jett in front of them, just running. That was so fun. I won't forget that easily. How do you choose which characters to cosplay? Whether I like their design or if I like if I relate to them. Usually, if I relate to them, it's I go for that. If I relate a lot to a character, I really really want to cosplay. I really want to get that cosplay, and I'll just ask my followers if they can give me, and when I have enough money for the cosplay, I'll get it. That's usually what I do. Or if I really like the cosplay design, I'll just add it to my wish list. And yeah, that's how I choose the characters. Do you do your own props and makeup? I do my own makeup always. I don't have a professional makeup artist to put makeup on me, so I gotta do that job. I gotta practice and do the makeup on me. Um, and about my props, I've got Jett's knife over here, but I make my props as well. The materials depend on the prop that I'm going to make, but I like to use foam clay. It's easier to make. Here it is, her knife. It's still stuck on my belt. Good, broken. Okay, this is her knife. Okay, and I just broke it because she was on the belt. I need to fix it. But yeah, I do, I do the props. I use foam clay, cardboard, all bio-friendly materials. Have you ever had a cosplay disaster? Let me think. You mean a very bad stuff that happened to my cosplay? Uh, I don't know. Not that I remember now. Sometimes props break on middle of conventions. It's not like a huge disaster because there are usually teams on conventions that have glue and that kind of stuff to get your cosplay ready. But yeah, you should always have an SOS kit like a glues in your bag and stuff to fix your cosplays. But yeah, apart from that, nothing like really bad happened. Oh, that was one time I vomited all over my cosplay. Thank God the convention was over, but it was because of my physical condition. Sometimes I don't feel well, and I have like syncops, and sometimes I faint, sometimes I vomit. So that day I vomited all over my cosplay. Thank God the convention was over, so no problem. I just had to go get home and watch it. But until I got home, the smell was horrible. But yeah, that was the worst thing that happened to me in cosplay once. What inspired you to start cosplay? How many questions do we have? Oh, I'd say like 20 at least. So, a friend of mine abroad, Italian friend, she cosplays as well, and I saw her cosplays and going to conventions, and I thought it was gonna be very fun. So, first I started cosplaying with things I had at home, and then I got my first cosplay. I went to my first convention, and that's how it all started. It was fun. Do you usually make your own costumes or buy them? I only make props. I don't have the skill to make cosplays, so I buy them. I buy them, or sometimes I buy them from people that can make costumes. What's your favorite cosplay you've done so far? Hard question, guys. Hard question, hard question. Because, like I said, I usually cosplay characters that I feel comfortable cosplaying. So usually, because I love the characters, so I usually will love all my cosplays because I love those characters very much. That's a hard question, but I say sometimes Violet Evergarden. It's a good one. Alucard, Maria, and I will start naming all of them because it's really hard to choose. They like my kids. It's hard to choose a favorite child. You get that? So, first anime I've ever watched. Oh, question about anime. It was a film from Studio Ghibli, Haru in the Kingdom of Cats. I think that's how it's named in English. And it was very fun. I loved it. I started by the Ghibli movies, then I watched all the Ghibli movies, and then I started moving by anime. I went to series. I went to Moriarty the Patriot. I started watching that. Moriarty became one of my favorite characters, and that was it. Do you have anime series that you would recommend for anime fans to watch? Moriarty the Patriot. Like I was saying, that's one of my favorites. I also love Castlevania. The Nocturne, it's good for kids, but the Castlevania really, the series with the 4 seasons, I wouldn't recommend for kids because there's plus 18 scenes. But apart from that, it's a good anime. If you want a good anime that can show to kids, Fruit Basket, so that's my. Oh, and Piano no Mori. Those are my 4 favorites of all time. Do you have, oh yeah, advice for new cosplayers? Again, this is a question that I kind of talked about in the beginning of the stream. Have fun. As long as you're having fun, you're doing everything right. If you want to improve your cosplays, try to wear contacts, but check a doctor first. Try wig styling. There's a lot of tutorials on the internet that can help you. Like follow them, look up for the people that inspire you. They also help a lot. And that's basically it. Just go. Just go for it. What was your favorite cosplay so far? Again, it's hard to pick just one because they're like my kids. It's because I love the characters that I cosplay them. So it's hard to pick one. Like the Alucard, Moriarty the Patriot, but I can pick just one. What was your favorite cosplay so far? Oh, I read that. What captivated me to watch Moriarty the Patriot? I love series, animated and non-animated, that happened in the Victorian era. I am just very curious about that decade. I just love it. That was one point, but also the fact that Moriarty wasn't the villain. On Sherlock Holmes books and other series, Moriarty is always the villain, but here is more like an anti-hero. He's misunderstood. He's not actually mean, and he's all actually fighting for a greater good. Not on the best way, but he he's also suffering. He finds Sherlock a friend, so he's more of an anti-hero. He's working on himself. He's working for a greater good for the people. So that was a good way of writing a character and just picking up a character that existed that was a villain and turning it into something good. How do you handle creative blocks to find motivation? I think I search for inspiration online and other stuff. I just stop content creating to think what I can do next, to think really, to have new ideas, what I can do to get inspiration until I can get out of that block. It's actually usually rare when it happens because when it comes to cosplay, I have lots of ideas. A question about my illustrations. How do you choose which characters or scenes to illustrate? Like I choose characters to cosplay. I choose them because I love them. You can see I draw a lot Moriarty because I love them. Alucard. Then I also draw the characters I cosplay. It's usually because I love them. Sometimes I animate myself into my favorite animes when I have time, but I usually do it with scenes with characters that I really really love, like Moriarty and Alucard from Castlevania, and Piano no Mori as well, even though I haven't posted. So this is our last question. What tools or software do you use for your digital illustrations? I use Procreate. Just that. It's an app you can only get on iPad. It's very simple to use, but you can have a lot of brushes to do whatever you like. I'm also thinking about using Clip Studio. I think that's how it's named. It's a very advanced software for animations, that kind of stuff, but it's complicated to use, so I'm just learning very slowly. But I prefer Procreate because it's easier. So those were all the questions, and we can try to play some Repo. I was gonna play Repo with my bestie, but she's a little busy now. So I will just spin the wheel. You wanna see my wheel? I, why is it here? It shouldn't be here. Right here. It should be right here. Sometimes you can spin the wheel. That's also a thing you can do with the channel points. So let me see if Repo wants to collaborate, and let's see if we can pass one level. Repo is opening. Okay, good. So I hope you like the questions. Thanks for submitting them. What I don't like about doing live streams is that sometimes people are busy at this time and they send the questions but they cannot hear me um, replying to them unless they're watching. Some of you are watching, some of the people that send the questions are not, but I will always post the streams on my YouTube so you can watch that. So Repo. Oh, it says here I have played 24 hours of Repo already. That's quite a lot. It's like one day without sleeping, just playing Repo. Obviously, I made pauses, but I play a lot of Repo with my friends. Oh, Repo is working, guys. It's opening. It's almost there. I just... Oh, it's going to rain. I feel it. When I get my ears itching, it always rains. You want to see something? I have someone to show you while Repo is loading. My poor baby. My poor thing. Look at her. Say hi, Chopin. She's very sleepy. Poor baby. Yes, you were sleeping.
I'm sorry to wake you up. Thank you for the kisses on my nose.
She has this weird obsession of licking my nose.
Why do you do that, my love? Yes. Okay, thank you. No, not on the stream, you know? Okay.
Mwah. You're so weird, Topping. You're so weird. Such a baby. This baby is very sleepy. He's a very sleepy baby. The others are also sleeping as well, my other hammies, so I will not bother them. I'm just bothering Chopin because I had Chopping here. Oh, and Repo is working? Okay.
What do you say, Chopping? Will play one round of Repo? Yes?
My little baby. She has this weird obsession with licking my nose. Look at her.
Look at her face. Look at her. Oh, you're so chunky.
Mwah. Mwah. I love you. Let's put her back to sleep.
There you go.
Alright. Here we go. Single game. Oh, I don't have games loaded. I thought I had one. Anyways, let's do a new game. Jett playing Repo. I should be playing Valorant, but I'm still configuring things on my stream cookies. Here we go. Ai, tá sinistro. Very sinistro. Can say shit. Where should I go? Why is it all so dark? Oh my god. Huh? I don't understand. Where did I left the card? Aha. I thought it was a monster. It was a chair, guys. It was a chair. You heard that? That was a sinister sound. Sinister. Ay, ay, ay. Is anyone in here? Yes, it is. You see that door open? It wasn't me. Hi, why is this map so confused? I have a feeling I'm gonna get a jump scare. I have a feeling. Next. Okay, we need 8 bit more. Hi. Yeah, can't put the vase. Yeah. Oh man. Oh shit. Oh, there was no place for me to hide. Rez, did you just rescue spin the wheel? All right, let's see. Let's just see what Rez got on the wheel. I need to open Streamlabs because I'm using OBS to stream. Let me just go back to the chat. We're done. We're done streaming today. Let me just open Streamlabs and let's see what Rez got on his wheel. Do, 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 do. Later this today I will play Repo with a friends, but I'm not sure if I will be streaming because streaming takes like time to plan content creation. It's a bit of exhausting, and I this is going to be the last stream of the season, except for a stream I will do in May just to talk about Ibrahim and just play a bit. But apart from that, I'm not doing more streams, guys. I mean, I am, but only after exam season in July. So until there, only if I feel like playing with my friends.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, I know you're hungry, Taro. Let me just don't interrupt me. Apart from that, I will not be doing more streams. Let me see. I make up widgets. Will. Okay, is the wheel spinning? Is the wheel spinning? Let me. Will show up. Ah, okay, wheel. Why is it spinning? These are the configurations. Show tutorial. I don't want the tutorial. Show to spin. Maybe. Yeah, I wanna have this widget. Aha. Let's see what Red's got. Hey, hello. Isn't showing on. Give answer treats. I don't know why it didn't spin here, but you want to give answer a treat. So here we go.
Choppy, Choppy, you want a treat? Mommy, come to mama. Come to mommy.
Just grab different treats so I can give her. Here is the. Sorry, let me put the wheel off. Here is the chopping. The chopping. Here is the treat. Look at her. Yes. You're not eating it, loving it too. Yes. There you go.
He's eating.
No, she just licked it. I guess she's not very. Ah, I guess she's not hungry now unless. Don't take. I don't have food in my mouth. I guess she's not hungry. Mm. But she just took a little bite and she left the rest of the snack. You're not hungry. She just wants to sleep. Poor baby. Oh yes, she was so cute. Oh yes. The fox predicted. Yes, the fox was saying she was hungry. Unless this baby wasn't hungry. But yeah, so guys, as I was saying, this is last stream of the season. I will be back once in a while. I will not have like a planned schedule like I used to do every Wednesday because I want to take some time to go out with friends to enjoy my holidays before it's exam season because after that time I will have to do a lot of exercises and stuff to get prepared for the exam. It's gonna be tough and I really need to pass on this exam because otherwise I can go to university. It's my very final exam to finish high school. So yeah, I want to enjoy some time free. I want to get ready. So I'll only be back once in a while. When I play with friends, like sometimes I will stream if I feel like it. Other times I won't because, like I said, streaming takes content creation time. Um, my little baby. And then I will get back once in a while. I think once in May, just to tell how he parenting was, and then all in July. So I'll be updating you on my Instagram stories, which is what I do.
This baby is always kissing me. She loves kisses. Yes, you're such a puppy. A puppy poopy. A puppy.
I would be playing Repo now with my friend, but she can't right now. So later in the afternoon I'll be playing, and I'm not sure yet if I will stream.
Take the rest of the snack, honey. You don't want the snack?
Ah, she took it and it fell. So yeah, that was all I have for today. It was fun to answer your questions. Thanks for sending them. Thanks for watching. And basically that's it. See you in May and once in a while, but I will only have my schedule back on July. So
Bye bye. Thanks for watching. Thanks for. Thank you for the treat. She's happy with the treat.
mwah, mwah.
It was cool. Yeah, it was fun. So bye. Thank you for watching.